Hey everybody, it's me, Shauna Pilar. I hope you guys are having a really good day, week, and I don't really have a plan for what this video is about to be about, just so y'all know. But I wanted to give you guys an update on what's been happening and why I've sort of been a little bit MIA. I just spent a week doing an internship in a salon for hair. The biggest update that I have not shared with everybody is that I was recently laid off from my job. They are outsourcing the department that I was in, and I made one attempt to get a different position within the same company because I do like my job or I did like my job, I guess, and I do really appreciate the company that I was working for. But I think it was best that I moved on from the company, and a large part of that has to do with the fact that a huge chunk of my life was embedded into where I work. It was basically an extension of a change that I needed to make in my life, to make my life better and to move on from several different aspects of, I guess I could say several different aspects of that chapter. We'll just call it that. We'll call it a chapter. But as soon as I got the news, I really checked myself, and I said this recently in one of my story videos to check your thoughts, right? Your thought process and how you handle things that come into your life. And as soon as this news came, I was like, I literally felt the earth shift. I literally felt like my life was about to take on a completely new direction in several different ways. So I actually got the news back in July that I would be losing my job. My last day of work was October 25th. As you guys have seen throughout my other videos, you sort of know everything else that has been going on within that time frame. My job was just an extension of the other shifts that were taking place within my little universe. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for the time that I spent there. I'm grateful for everything that I learned while I was there. It was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, so I think the universe was kind of telling me to take myself out of that, situation. Now with this opportunity that I have, I took myself to a salon with people that I trust to give me good advice and get back into what I love. When I was in high school, I had a plan, and my life plan was to graduate high school, go to cosmetology school, do hair for 2 to 3 years to get it under my belt, then go back to school to be a teacher. And in high school, I thought I had it set. I was going to be making people feel beautiful in the summer and helping kids throughout the rest of the year, and that was sort of like, I was very firm in what my plan was. Lots of different things happened. I let outside influences take over my decision making in that process. It didn't go that way. I ended up going to cosmetology school shortly after my son was born. He was 3. Actually, he was 2, about to turn 3 when I started cosmetology school. I loved the whole process, but I let my confidence get the best of me, or lack thereof, for a better way of saying it. And I never joined a salon. I never got a job at a salon. I did my friends' hair here and there, family members that were nearby, and every time I do it, I love it. I do get sort of upset sometimes that I didn't go that route, and so when this opportunity came where I was losing my job, I wanted to see if that's the direction I want to go now, finally, after being a licensed cosmetologist for 10 years. In June, it was 10 years that I've been, when I officially got my license, it was 8 years ago. So from cosmetology school till now, it's been 10 years. So I haven't decided yet if that's the direction that I'm going to go fully, or if maybe I just want to get a part-time salon job, or I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with my life. I do have a job offer. I technically am employed again with another company in a similar field that I was in before. And I'm just sort of in a very I'm in a very chaotic zen. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm in a spot of chaotic zen where I don't feel anxious or nervous about the future, but I don't know what I want to do yet, and I'm oddly okay with that. So I'm really just taking this time to think a lot. I found that especially during the last several weeks of my employment with my previous company, I was my brain was constantly turning, and that part of it hasn't really slowed down, but it does feel better to be in a position where I don't have to focus my attention on so many different things, right? There's being a mom, there's being an employee, there's being yourself, your own basic needs and wants and all that good stuff. And I just feel like right now I'm figuring it out. It feels weird to be figuring it out at 35 years old. I thought when I was younger I would sort of know better what the hell my life would look like right now. If you would have asked me a year ago if I'd be figuring my life out, especially in the multitude of ways that I am trying to figure it out, I would not have believed you. My job was very secure. While I wasn't secure in my relationship, I was sure that it was forever. And I sort of knew the direction that I was going, or at least I thought I did, right? And so, like, it feels kind of weird to be where I am right now. But again, I'm taking sort of a comfort in that right now, which is sort of odd considering my general normal character, especially it's sort of odd being me right now because under normal circumstances I think I would be freaking the F out. I don't like feeling instability. I don't like feeling insecure, and not insecure in the sense of like oh, I feel insecure within myself, but like feeling insecure in the sense that like I don't have like, there's not technically a security right now that I have. It feels weird to be me, but I'm, like I said, I'm oddly calm about everything. I have had my occasional freak out moments, but for the most part, generally speaking, like literally I would say like 90% of the time I'm in this very calm state. Maybe it's because so much of what has happened in my life makes sense to me now. I think that's what's keeping me like sane and keeping me calm, is that so much is making sense to me now. I'm understanding things that I haven't been able to understand before. I'm considering things that I've never considered before. I'm taking the time to try to find the lesson in everything that I'm experiencing or that's being thrown at me or that I'm doing more than I ever have before. And so I think that's what's happening to me right now. I actually have the opportunity to sit and think and come to some conclusions and come to some rationale for some things that I haven't been able to do in a very, very long time. And I think this sort of stems back to one of my very first videos that I posted for you guys, and that you have to have balance in your life, and you have to have a place of peace. And I finally have a place of peace. even in all the chaos that's going around me, being unemployed, traveling to the salon, and which is a great chaos to have. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not meaning chaos in a bad way for everything, but like, you know, even losing my job, I don't mean the chaos of that in a bad way. I think it's opened up a window in my mind of like, okay, like I see things now. I see new opportunities. I see new ways to be. I see just lots of different things. You know, breaking up with my girlfriend, that was chaotic in the worst and best way. So even right now, like, I just feel so like I'm gonna be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is exactly what it is supposed to be right now. And that's how I feel. Even the sort of unknown, right? Like, the sort of unknown is exactly what's supposed to be happening. So with that, I take comfort. I take comfort in sort of the process. I take comfort in the process. I guess the point of this video is for me to talk out some of the things happening in my head, and like I said, give you guys the update on my life that I told you I would be delivering. And so that's what's happening. The biggest thing right now is that in July I got news that I would be no longer employed, and October 25th was my last day of employment at a company that I worked at for over 7 years. And now I'm just looking at several different opportunities, hopefully following my passion. I'm still scared about that. That one still has me a little bit freaked out, but the fact that I was given the opportunity to go in and just watch, and I surprised myself. I was like mapping out certain steps that I thought the stylist would be taking throughout their color or whatever, or their cuts, and like I was surprised at myself at how much I remembered. I mean, keep in mind, I went to school 10 years ago, got my license about 8 to 9 years ago, never worked in a salon before, and I haven't really done anybody's hair in 3 years, maybe. I think 2 years, 3 years. So, and I think the last thing I did was a simple haircut, one that I know by like the back of my hand. So I was surprised and sort of proud of myself at the fact that I remembered a lot of what I was seeing. I remembered a lot of the lessons that the stylists were telling me, and you know, appreciative of tips and tricks that they were giving to me too, that I didn't know about. That scared me. I thought that bird was coming right for my face. I'm on my balcony and this pigeon just flew up, and I swear it was coming at my face. But anyways, so I guess the moral of the story for this video, if you guys want to take anything away from it, my takeaway on it would be that even in the storms, you should learn to dance in the rain. Dancing in the rain is my favorite, and it's what I've been doing. So listen and communicate, trust your gut and your intuition, love yourself, and stay true to yourself.